Hi, I'm Dr. Stephen Smith, and this is Start My Practice. And what we're looking at today is Smartsheet. We put a functional medicine clinic launch master plan here, and we'll use that to illustrate some of the benefits of this program. I've used this for many years. It's my favorite program, and I have 500 of these Smartsheets. Let's go through it. First place is you start with Workspaces. Now, this is my personal one, but it can be shared. It's shared with all my employees. And I have my personal taxes, I have vacations, all of that stuff on here. And it's all separate and it's all safe in a workspace. And I have lots of workspaces. And we just put these different sheets into their workspace so they're organized by their function. And then we can go over here and we can pick who is getting access to this and what they can do and what the general, and you can share it, copy it outside. You can actually even put them on a website. All this is mainly browse, look for your recents, search, just finding things, notifications. And then there's a bunch of other things that go with Smartsheet. Smartsheet is a much larger program. It's designed for Fortune 500 companies. Some companies ran their whole COVID program on Smartsheet through multiple locations. But the nice thing about that is it's priced reasonably enough for us. We don't use all the features of multi-locations and brand stuff and all that other stuff that it can do. But the basic function is pretty awesome. There are two basic plans, the main and the business. One's $10 a month, one's $19 a month per user. And the basic is pretty much all you need to do unless you're sharing stuff out to people outside on the internet. And then you might need the other plan. But for the most part, the basic plan will do everything you want to do. And you can easily run a company on this one program. So you see these different colors and you see these things broken out. Basically, this is a really smart spreadsheet. And everything is organized on this line. There are other programs, mainly Notion, that can be used for organizing a clinic, and that's mainly designed on the page, and everything is attached to the pages. So that's what hooks everything together. This is what I like. See this little minus here? Collapse that. This is 120 lines. It could be 1,000 lines, and it could still only be this big on this one thing. So you can open it up and work on one section. Okay, so we're looking here at define site selection. We want these criteria: commercial office, high income resident within 3 miles. Find a business mapping center. Okay, and then we've got one down here. You see this blue. We put a link to it. We could put another line in there just by hitting insert. And we could have business mapping services. And then we'll indent this one. And now this is part, I can have 4 or 5 of these here. This one links to one of those. And there you go. I've got the space requirements here. You can put the rooms required. You can just increase and decrease these. And then if you're working on one room, you open that room and add stuff to it. And you just put everything you need and you can collapse it all right down. The beauty of this is I've got this system here and we can go through and fine tune each. So here we go, business formation. We close this one. I've already just put this, but we could have a choices here. We could have, so the PLLC, then we can put a link in here, and that could be a document. It could be a photo. It could be any PDF of any kind. The next one is a comment, and we can put a comment in here. This can be multi-line. It could be a whole book. It can be just a couple lines and they pop up here. So you can have all of these attached to this one line. Now, the other thing about these cells is they're not just text. They can do things like status. You can change what it does. You can hide it, edit project system, column properties. So we've got it set as a drop-down list. It could be symbols. It could be a date list, contact list with everybody in your system. All of these different things to make it easier to use. So I'm going to pick it back down to a drop-down list. I like the drop-down list because if you've got 4 or 5 people, it's just those or whatever scenarios there are. You can restrict it to those or allow multiple values. It also has different views. This is the most common view, the grid, or now the table view, which is new. It has a Kanban board, like Trello. It has a timeline where you'll see it pop in here and out. We don't have any dates set in there, but you can have those and an Gantt chart. There's 2 different ways of doing it. They've now gotten cards similar to the other one we've already seen. They've modified them, but instead of removing one, they added the other. So if you're used to one, you can still use it, and they have the new one and a calendar view. And there's all kinds of filtration. And one of the things I like about this are forms, automations, data integrations. It'll integrate with Claude, for example. You can talk to Claude, and it'll build you a Smartsheet. It has all your formulas, format rules, and different types of formats, so you can put color and different things. And this conditional formatting, for example, if you're tracking all your things in a timeline and someone's behind, you can set the condition that if the date is past his due date, that line turns yellow or red or whatever to inform you of that. And filters are really handy. For example, we have the list of all the doctors in town. It's 150 doctors. You don't want to see all of them. But if you want to hit a filter set cardiologist, it'll just filter out the cardiologist. And the sorting, you can do the sorting anyway, and it really doesn't matter. You don't have to worry about screwing anything up. You can sort, unsort, select, filter, all based on all this stuff. So the beauty of it is that you can have everything you need to run your practice. You can have a Smartsheet that's hooked down here and a link with a hyperlink to procedures and our IVs. So let's see, IV formulas. I'll just put this in here. And now I'm just going to hyperlink that. Add hyperlink. Oh, there we go. Link to other Smartsheet. Select the other Smartsheet. I want to put IV up here. And here are all IV procedures right here. I have pricing, all that stuff there. Now if I click that, it'll take me right to that Smartsheet. So you can organize everything in your clinic based off one sheet, and it takes you all the others. So it's just one great big integrated system based on a basic spreadsheet. Notion does this on Pages, but it's an order of magnitude more difficult. This you can learn in an afternoon and be pretty good at it. Myers cocktail. Here's all the stuff on that. It just opened up a page on that. So that's Smartsheet, and we use it to help practitioners plan their clinics. And it's the most useful tool I have in my toolbox, and I think you'll like it. The cost is $10 per user per month, $19 if you want the next plan up, which lets you share things out to the internet and to other providers. But for most part, the $10 plan will do just fine. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you want to hear more content like this. We produce videos every Thursday. I'm Dr. Stephen Smith.